Assalamu alaikum. This is an Arabic phrase meaning peace be upon you. It's used both as a greeting and in parting. Today we will be talking about how to plan an international vacation. I've owned my own travel business for about 15 years now. I've also traveled nationally and internationally for about 20 years. So I've learned a lot over the years about how to research and plan a vacation to a foreign country. Since everyone here likes to travel, I thought you guys might be able to find some of this information useful for your future travel plans. By the time I'm done speaking with you today, you should have a better understanding of the steps involved in planning a trip. We will cover how to decide where to go, when to go, what activities or events to do, and what additional things to think about, such as diseases, safety precautions, and trip insurance. The first thing we need to do is decide where we want to go. This sounds pretty easy on the surface, but if you're anything like me, it's one of the hardest decisions about going on a trip. There's a million different places I want to see all over the world, and for me, narrowing that down is the hardest decision I make when it comes to planning a vacation. If you like Asia, Europe, whatever part of the world you want to travel, narrowing that down and deciding where you want to go is one of your biggest challenges. Another thing you want to think about is what language is spoken in that country. When I travel, if I'm traveling to a foreign country, I've been pretty lucky to have people that have spoken English pretty much everywhere I've gone, with the exception of a few people. So when I like to travel, I like learning a few key phrases and words, so that if I come across somebody that doesn't speak English, I can at least know enough to communicate somewhat effectively with them. Another thing to think about is what's the cost of the trip you plan to do. Can you afford to do your dream trip? Or are you on a more limited budget where you may have to do a staycation and explore things around your local area that you haven't seen that you've always wanted to see? So depending on your budget, that'll be a big factor on deciding where you want to go as well. The next part is deciding when you want to go on your trip. So there's a lot of different websites that have when to go sections on them that you can check out that tell what the temperatures are for that region at that time. Is it the high season or low season, which can affect the rates and cost of the trip? What to pack? It'll go into a lot of details on when the best time to go is. When are certain events happening? When's the best wildlife available? That kind of stuff. So you want to think about that when it comes time to plan and when you want to go. When do you like to travel? If you're a teacher and you have summers off, maybe you like doing most of your traveling in the summer. If you're like me, I like to travel in the winter, break up winter a little bit, make it not seem so long, get a break from the cold and the snow, and go someplace warm and nice. So when you want to travel is as much to you and your preferences as anything. When it comes to traveling and planning your travels, there's all kinds of different resources you can use. There's travel books and magazines. There's all kinds of travel websites you can use. So there's no shortage of information when it comes to planning your trips. Next, we want to cover what kind of events or activities do you want to do while you're there. Are you into scuba diving, hiking, exploring? What do you want to do while you're there? There's lots of places to research these. Fromers.com. There's TripAdvisor.com that'll give you a list of activities on each destination where you want to go, so you can decide ahead of time what it is you want to see while you're there. You also want to think about, are there certain events or activities that only happen once a year or at certain times of the year? So if that's something you really want to see, like Carnival or something, you might want to plan ahead for that and go during that certain type of the year that's going on. Lastly, we want to cover some additional issues and concerns you might want to think about when traveling, especially abroad in other countries. You want to think about what things to pack for the trip. You want to think about, do you need a visa or a passport to go to those countries? What local viruses or medical concerns are there? Is there malaria, dengue fever, things like that, where you may need a vaccine before you travel to that country. So there's a few different websites and places you can find this information. This site here is fromers.com. It's got a section called Tips and Tools, and it covers all these different health issues, packing trips, monies and currencies. It covers all of that on this website in the Tips and Tools section. There's also another good website that's done by the federal government called travel.state.gov. This is a good website for finding out more technical information like the U.S. embassy numbers, whether you need a passport to travel to this country, what vaccines, what's going on politically and security-wise. Are there terrorist threats? Is there political instability? Is it hurricane season? So all your safety and security issues are noted here. Local laws, any health concerns, whether things like the Zika virus are going around or stuff like that. Travel and transportation, what kind of infrastructure do they have for getting around? It'll give you a description of the area. So it has a lot of different information that's very handy to have. So these are two good sites to go and do some research before you travel. Another thing to think about is specialty insurances. If you're scuba diving over there, do you need special dive insurance that covers hyperbaric chambers? Do you need to have medical travel insurance that covers life support flights back to your own country? If you have tons of really expensive camera gear, you need special insurance to cover for that in case they get lost or stolen or something happens. So that's another thing to think about when you're planning these trips. So once again, we covered how to decide, 1, where to go, 2, when to go, 3, any kind of activities or events you want to do while you're there, and 4, other things to consider such as diseases, safety precautions, and trip insurance. So who is ready to get away and go somewhere amazing? Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. May you have many safe travels. Good night.